Well, in terms of Swan Lake, the motion was brought forward by the mayor on May 13th, and then it was passed by council on May 20th with amendments. But this motion that was brought forward was in contravention of the existing fill bylaw for the town of Caledon. An application is supposed to be submitted. And I have asked numerous questions of numerous people, and I did receive a response from our commissioner at the town of Caledon, and she stated that the reason that an application was not submitted is because this property wouldn't qualify under our existing fill bylaw and under existing zoning bylaw as well. This property is zoned extractive industrial, and a fill operation is not allowed on land that's zoned like that. So that's the reason why there was no application, is that it wouldn't have been accepted. I think the main concern is water. A fill operation directly into a body of water, to my knowledge, hasn't been done before in terms of water directly connected to groundwater. That is the same groundwater source that wells around it are getting their drinking water from. I haven't been able to find a case like that yet in Ontario. This feels like a test case for that. Many of our regulations are designed to keep this type of construction soil away from water, out of water, because of the danger of contamination. Even under strict soil testing regulations, as I have been told by experts in the field who have decades of experience, a thimbleful of soil is tested for every 50 dump trucks. So for every 50 dump trucks, that's what they're going to test. How are they going to know if there's something in dump truck 49? And that's the reason why it's so important to keep it away from our water sources, because the risk of contamination is huge. And I think that's the number one reason that people are really upset about this particular project. I think the second reason is that this was a promise from the Aggregate Company that this land would be returned to a wild state. It says in our Aggregate Resources Act that there are expected uses for this property. A fill operation is not one of them. So there were expectations around this land. It's now been rehabilitated, fully rehabilitated and naturalized, taken over by wildlife. There are cygnet swans living here. There are species of turtles at risk living here. And to then destroy it again after that promise from the Aggregate Company has been fulfilled, I think has gotten a lot of people very upset, and rightfully so. Well, they haven't made a promise that you can go ahead and go do this. I want to be clear about that. What they have said is that the landowner can now go and put together all of the plans and reports and return them to staff. So now they have said to the landowner, you can go and spend a significant amount of money, time and investment in telling us how you're going to do this project. There are no real studies, except for perhaps the traffic study. There are no real environmental assessments. There are plans in the motion, in the amended motion that was accepted, that will tell us how they're going to do the project. But there is no should this happen. And the people who are upset about this don't want this to happen at all. So why would council approve for the landowner to go forward and spend a considerable amount of money investing in a project that most residents don't want to see happen at all? After they've then invested that money, then you're going to say no? I mean, that's what council will tell you, is that then they have the choice to say no. But why are we saying no then? Why aren't we saying no now?